Hello, Nick from NK Active here. So quick video to chat about 3D printing. 3D printing in the world isn't new, it's been going on for years, but it's something quite new with regards to using fill orthoses or insoles. So here is one I printed earlier, proper Blue Peter style. So have a chat about 3D printing. So what is it? If we sort of think of your traditional conventional insoles, what we call a shell type device is normally made from vacuum forming, or it is milled out of direct block. This is actually 3D printed though. But if we think about 3D printing as a whole with fill orthoses like this, what we can see is you've got this pattern, this what we call infill pattern. And what you can do with that is change the shape of this pattern, and also we can change the density, i.e. make the holes bigger or smaller. In a nutshell, if you make the holes closer together, everything will feel firmer. If you make the holes further apart, everything will feel bigger. What you will find is that you can then really play around with the density. So if you want to add more support through the arch of the insole, then you can just print this bit of a higher infill. If you want to add more support on the outside, well, you could just effectively print the outside of the fill orthosis much higher and print it stiffer as well. So you get what we call this variable stiffness. And now we're coming up to 75 pairs designed and printed and issued, and the feedback's been really great so far. But what we're finding is that by doing and printing like this, we can fit it into shoes better, because we can take a template of the shoe and redesign it well. We can better fit around the foot as well. And we don't have to use lots of bulky posting or wedging on an insole, because we can use the variable stiffness to achieve what we want. The majority of insoles now, we don't need to put a cover on, so there's nothing to wear out. They can get wet, they can be cleaned, and we can turn them around a lot quicker, and they are also cheaper. So there we go, 3D printed insoles and how we are using them at NK Active. And just behind me here is our little journey. So here are some of my test prints. So we can see this one printed with no bottom or top layers, so completely see-through. And this one was a bit rough around the edges, but we made it multiple colors. So this is sort of the journey that we've been in. The other thing to point out is, traditionally, as we said, we think fill orthoses should look like this. And we actually spoke to a lot of patients about this, whether fill orthoses like this is fine, or whether they can look like this. And when we spoke to patients didn't really mind. As long as they'd done the job they wanted, they didn't mind if it looked like that or it looked like this. What was interesting is actually the majority of the hang-up when using fill orthoses or insoles actually come from us podiatrists, is that we thought everything has to look like this to be a fill orthosis. Now, out of those 75, I'd mostly say only 2 or 3 we've printed a shell device, because we have much more scope of variability and to change what we want to do with the insole in a TPU material like this. So there we go, a quick whistle-stop tour around how we use 3D printed insoles at NK Active.